In this quick Webflow tutorial, I'll teach you how to make subtle background lines in your Webflow site. So in this example website, it has a white background, but you can see very subtle vertical lines in the background, which creates either a 3D effect or more premium effect, etc. Finally, in this example website, we can make the lines go beyond just vertical and add horizontal. So now it has this cube or square effect in the background. Super cool stuff. Let's quickly build this in Webflow. Alright guys, I just have a dummy Webflow project and I've pinned my navigator on the left so you can see everything. The first thing I'm going to do is just add a div block directly in the body. I'm going to go ahead and give this a class of lines_bg. I'm going to go ahead and give it a width of 100% and a height of 100 VH. I'm then going to change the position from static to fixed because I want to be fixed in the entire screen. So as you scroll, these lines stay on the screen. I want to make sure I set this to full right here, and that's it. From here, I'm going to go ahead and add a div block inside of that, and I'm going to go ahead and give this a class of lines_lines, and I'm going to give it a width of 10%, and I'm going to give it a height of 100%, so it's taking the height of the parent. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put a border only on the right-hand side. I'm going to give it a width of 1 pixel, and I'm going to go ahead and change the border color from black to black, but with, let's say, 40% opacity. And I would recommend to obviously reduce the opacity so it's more subtle, but I'm putting it as 40% just so you can see it on the screen. All right, once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and copy this a total of 9 times. So there'll be a total of 10 of them. And the reason why is I put the width as 10%. So by adding 10 of them, it would automatically equal 100% width. Perfect maths. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You'll notice if I scroll up, you can only probably see one line, and hopefully you guys know box model principles, but essentially we need to change our lines_bg from block to flex, and that flexes it horizontally, which is now perfect. So now that's done, if you can scroll down on our website, you can see everything looks pretty cool. Obviously, you'll reduce the opacity. Sometimes there may be an element, for example, this one, where the image is appearing behind the lines, which we don't want. So what we could do is we can go ahead and select our container default, and this is used throughout the entire website. So we're going to go ahead and change our container position from static to relative, which allows us to add a z-index, and essentially a z-index means the higher the number, the more it will appear in front. So in this case, I'll just give it a z-index of 2, and if we go back to our lines_bg, you can see our position is actually z-index of auto, which is effectively 0. So that's why the image will now appear in front of all the lines. And that's essentially it. If I preview the site, you can see the lines are behind every single element. And if not, you just have to put a higher z-index than the lines. And if you want to affect this on mobile, you can go ahead and adjust it. But essentially, we put 10%, so everything should be pretty responsive. Hope you guys found this video super helpful. Again, this video was just teaching you the premise of how to do this. Feel free to play around with the amount of lines. Feel free to use, instead of flex, use grid, and feel free to do whatever you want. Check out more of my Webflow tutorials right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.